I think. Let's see. Fingers crossed. All right. No, it's not working. Ah, darn. All right. All right. There's one more bit of hope here then before giving up and trying something else completely. Darn. All right, I guess I'll just take a screenshot right now to send to Haps in case. I don't know if it's my computer or something on the Haps side or what, but we can hopefully get some clues because when I go to share, is it because Photoshop is open maybe? Even though I think I had closed it? I don't know. I should have done testing 1, 2, 3 as the title of this broadcast, huh? All right, maybe force quit Photoshop for now. Just to get it out of the way. Right, does that help? Not working. No. Hi everyone. Hi Benny and Frank and Robert. Sound, yeah. Okay. The browser still has screen sharing privileges. Yes. Yeah, I haven't changed it since the previous times when I went to present on screen. So they're really I don't know. Let me try. All right. Let me try one more thing. All right. For some reason, it's like wanting to share a screen of mine that has like my work email up or something like that. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I think I just found the old screen, question mark. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me. The screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. But one of the main issues too, because I wanted to share, let me try this. No, I can't even share the scope today because I was planning on sharing the scope with you all to look at some palps that are on this beetle here. I guess the least I can do is show you this beetle that we are going to look at up close, which has this beautiful green sheen and it has some palps, which are kind of small that I can't show you this way. It's kind of dark down there. We really do need the magnification. So trying to think of what to do. I was also gonna feed some of my Madagascar hissing cockroaches so we can look at their palps as they eat. We could at least attempt that. We can try that, and then periodically I can try to share my screen and see if anything happens. Or maybe if I exit Amblite, maybe this application is messing it up for the scope. Excuse me. I'll try that and see if that helps. But for now, okay. I am going to, in the meantime at least, we can try to appreciate, we can appreciate the palps on one of the Madagascar hissing cockroaches, as it eats some apple. This is on mobile. Hi Swift, how's it going? I'm trying to just share my screen, like share some pictures and things, which I haven't had problems with in the past, but for some reason, I did have problems in the very beginning, and then Frank helped me realize that I had permissions on my Mac set so that I can share screen. Here, some of this. But no. little roachy. I don't have, the thing is that I can't do my like DSLR camera at the same time as I have this scope set up. So I usually, when I'm gonna share something on the scope, I don't have my nice camera set up, or my macro camera set up here. It's like one of the others. So and it was working well for so long. Yes. All right. Well, I'm wondering if maybe what I'll do is like turn what I was going to share today into a blog post so that you guys can see the images for it. Swift says, I have not tested mobile web browser to view it as a desktop. Wait, I don't understand that. Oh, and Betty, if you're still here, I'll be up there in like April, maybe even March. So hopefully I'll see you then. Okay. Anyway, just for anyone who watches this broadcast and not the other, though, the insect palps. Interesting. There are a bunch of mites on this one, which is what's distracting me right now as I talk. I am using the Studio for Mac. This is on my MacBook. And this is what I've used like ever since Haps made the change to the new website. So I don't know. Yeah, not sure what to say about the situation or what to do. But in Chrome, which is what Chrome is like what they made it for, basically. And I think perhaps last week, what was maybe affecting the broadcast was that my Mac was really full and didn't have a lot of memory. But today I did move a lot of photos and things, media, onto my external hard drive. So that should not be the problem now. And I am someone who I do quit the other usually quit most of the other applications that are on before I broadcast. I do turn my computer off. It's not every now and then, like every other day. So I just don't really know what to do. I will try to, except maybe I'll go over on Twitch and play the ukulele or something like that instead. Maybe I can do that. All right, let's try one more time. So I go to share screen, I go to screen sharing, I click select print screen to present. And then the option that I need does not show up. So I just don't, here, let's try. Oops. I just don't know what to do. But yeah, that's my backup plan. I'll go sing sad songs on Twitch about how I struggled with technology today. And yeah, or Mickey maybe can come bomb the bug scope. Or for now, I can upload a couple of where are they? I'll upload a couple of photos onto Haps. Maybe that's what I'll just have to do in the future, is just pre-upload and share that way. But here is a photo of some insect palps. And Emmanuel, I don't know if you're still here, but you were mentioning before that, oops, you're talking about praying mantises having palps. So here's a nice example of an insect. So we can have a little bit of the planned programming for today. Here's a photo of a praying mantis that has its palps engaged in eating some yummy, tasty grasshopper prey. Those palps, they're basically like mouth antennae. Okay, thanks, Swift, for reaching out for help from the team. Okay, so yeah, here's a praying mantis. You can see those palps. There's four of them, two on each side, that are really engaged, touching the food, helping it, making sure like it's edible what the praying mantis is eating. It's tasting it as well as like tactile touching to understand the shape of it, so it can be channeled and efficiently consumed by the insect. And this is a lot like for people, our lips and our tongue. They do the same thing. I don't know that our lips have any taste receptors on them, but definitely tactile. We're able to feel the food and the temperature, and even we can sense spices with our lips, can't we? Like if something's very hot and spicy, I know my lip will burn. So, um, yeah, so they're in this case, it's those palps are pretty thick, like the antennae of the praying mantis, although they actually look like they're thicker than the antennae, but they're not as long. And here, I'll share a couple other pictures as well. Okay. Oh, I wonder if you can see them in this image. We probably could if we looked closely enough, but I can't zoom in here on that pupa. Okay. So here's another, and in this case, it really does look like this cricket. This is a Bornean cricket. You can see its antennae that kind of taper off and out of view, coming up from in between its eyes, and then you can see below, almost like a walker in a way, or chair, like chair feet, are a bunch of palps. And there's the two, each pair has a name. There's the maxillary palps, which are in the front, and they're connected to the maxilla, which is a part of um, the insect mouth structures. And then there's the labial palps, and that's a little like kind of on the more on the underside. Labial referring to lips, and so that's the other set of palps that the insect has. I know that some people get a little like labial about the labial palps because of human anatomy, but that is what they are called in entomology. And the derivative is um, like lips, relating to the mouth. So, all right, I will upload a couple more of our insect palps here, like this one. Well, this is kind of an extra for fun photo as I was looking around, because grasshoppers are just like really great at like their palps are just like really easy to see. Partly because they're oftentimes on leaves, and their palps are right there, so they just use them to feel the leaf that they're on, and then they might start munching it. Okay. And so I can't really show you. I was planning on zooming in on my computer to show you guys the palps on these two grasshoppers, which are mating. The male is on top and smaller. That's how it usually is in nature, because the females are full of eggs. And do they compare to what spiders have? Great question. And here, I did get a photograph for that, because it is an interesting thing. What spiders have are called pedipalps. And so here you can see my one little tarantula whose name is Sage, and she has her four legs on either side of her body. But then in the back from her abdomen, you can see on the left side, you can see those two little skinny things, which are her spinnerets, where she produces silk. And then on the upper right side are her pedipalps, which sounds, it's like, oh, are those palps like with insects? And they're rather different, I'd say. I'm not definitely not like an expert in like the histories of this, but they're not, I'll say that they're not, especially because insects and spiders are pretty distantly related. They're pretty different appendages, and I mean one major and one pedi means refers to foot, and while those are not feet, pedipalps are not feet, they do use them in a way that gets pretty close to feet. by feeling around as they move forward. They also use them decently like antennae too, and they will use them to scoop up to do construction when they make their den, scooping up soil, moving it around. They'll use it. They will use it to feel around them. They will use it to help like touch prey, but it is pretty different because here's a picture. It's not as intimately like connected with the act of eating as it is with insects. So here's a photo to demonstrate that. Here's a photo of Sage eating a pupa from that I fed her. This is a pupa of a superworm, and you can see her two fangs are sunk into that chrysalis. Oh, sorry, that pupa. It's not a chrysalis. That pupa. It's a beetle pupa, and her pedipalps are not involved in this action, whereas with an insect, its palps will be actively touching its food as it's consuming it because they're literally right next to the mouth opening, like how our lips like can't help but touch the food as we bite down and eat it. So, um, so yeah, they're different. That's like one way to kind of explain the variation. Terrence, hello. But yeah, I think I do think it's similar in that like it's this thing that they use that's right by their face. And I could totally see like maybe one day like yeah, there are definitely similarities there. And I think it's a sort of thing where palps seem like really helpful in many different ways. And if you look at different insects, they have different modification for their palps. Um, and um, different modifications for their palps. And like also they have ways to tuck them in. Like it'd probably be really helpful if humans had palps, but we don't really need them because we have like, you know, we get along just fine without them. But then two, you also have to have like has to like kind of come from something. And insects definitely like historically have so many appendages that they just are able to use for different things and sacrifice for new innovative purposes. And um yeah, if that makes sense. Like, for example, they have 6 legs, and in some species, those legs are really transforming for new purposes, like with praying mantises into those raptorial front legs. It gives them a lot of like opportunity, I'd say. Never seen a blue spider before. Awesome. Yeah, isn't it stunning? Yeah, she's my. I did take this photo. Thanks, Swift Beats. These are all photos that I've taken. Yeah. If I ever share a photo that's not mine, then I will acknowledge that and give credit to wherever it came from. Unless it's, I mean, sometimes there's like a public domain diagram or something that I'll share. In that case, I might not, but it also would be probably more obvious that it's not something that I might have created. But yeah, so I also wanted to mention that their insects, like having the palps is also kind of like a liability in a way because then you have one more body part that's sticking out of your body that can get damaged or hurt or broken. And so a lot of insects have found ways to protect their palps. For example, here is a really funky, sorry, I totally did not like pull the name up of this grasshopper before this broadcast to be prepared to tell you the name of it. But I think it's I'm trying to think of remember the name of this grasshopper. I don't remember the name of it. Maybe Frank, you can like seek it real fast. It's from Colombia. Very funky face. Photograph. I photographed it back in 2017, and so they like have a very clean, sleek look. Like it looks like doesn't look like it has pedipalps like some of the other insects that we just took a look at had. When you zoom in, you can sort of see on its face how the mouth parts down below. Um, I think that those kind of like all tucked in around its mouth. I think those are the pedipalps that are just like kind of put away or just all tucked away so they're safe, basically. So they're safe. Well, insects, a lot of different insects have features, bodily features that where their antennae tuck in really neatly. For example, a lot of beetles are able to tuck their antenna in, put away their antenna so they stay safe. And sometimes legs also tuck away really neatly. And so palps are another thing that just can tuck away really neatly in some insects. Not all insects, but in some of them. So, all right. And any other photos here that I wanted to... Oh, I mean, another use for pedipalps is loading. I'm loading the images. I'm like uploading them as we talk. Another use for pedipalps, in addition to food, is helping to clean. So with all of the receptors that insects have on their body to sense the world around them and the chemicals around them, for example, they'll want to get cleaned up, just like you or me. We'll want to blow our nose or wash our hands or something, take care of ourselves, upkeep, so that we're ready to sense and take in and experience the world around us. And so insects will also use their pedipalps and their mouth to clean their body parts. Like here, this katydid is cleaning its feet. And there's one photo of it. Its front foot or tarsi are in its mouth, and you can see the palps all around its mouth, just like helping to touch and feel its foot. And that's important because Mika just came over. That's important because they don't have a mirror to see what they're doing. Think about that. It's like kind of like a self-awareness thing. So those palps help them with knowing, controlling and corralling their foot so that they don't bite their toes off by accident or, so they just have it all under control there. So, oh no, Frank. Okay. Yeah, it's totally a really like funky, maybe Mika will come out front. Do you want to come out front and say hi, Mika? I'm going to move this over actually because we're not going to use it today. Oh, it's plugged in though, that's the problem. And I only have one hand to use right now because the other one has the cockroach in it. Okay, I'll try to move this over. Want to come up here, Mika, and talk about palps with us? Something that neither you nor I have, but a lot of bugs have it. Come here. Come here, Mika. One sec. I'll take a picture of her over there at least. Mika. Hi. Here she is. That's what my screen looks like right now. She's just sitting on the other side. All right. All right. Was there something else I wanted to show you too? I think I have one more photo to share with you about palps. Oh, this one's a general photo though. Well, hold on. One thing that I think is interesting too is that caterpillar antenna, like their actual antenna, not necessarily their palps, like they almost use their antenna like palps. Like a lot of caterpillar antenna are like right near their mouths and feeling the leaf as they eat it. And so it's really interesting to me, and it makes me really curious to look closer at the caterpillars to see what's going on with their palps. All right, here's another photo of a raspy cricket in Borneo with very, very long arching palps that go like very big compared to its body. And then finally, here's a photo that I took, bus stop biodiversity photo taken in Philadelphia. A nice katydid whose palps are really blended with its face, but are like right up there ready to eat. And I wonder as well if there's a difference between insects that are active during the day and insects that are active during the night when it comes to their palps. Another thing too that comes to mind is that Ephemeroptera or mayfly insects, they have like really, they're known. I don't have a picture of them, unfortunately, but if you look up Trichoptera, no, actually, I'm mixing it up now. Caddisflies, not mayflies. Caddisflies, Trichoptera. Let me just see if I have a photo, actually, if I can show you guys of one of them. That I can pull up. Oh, okay, so I didn't take this photo. Here's an example of this. But here's a diagram. Yeah, of Trichoptera, which you can ignore the text over there. It's talking about different features of them. But they get confused a lot with moths and butterflies, and they like have very significant like palps that distinguish them more easily. Let me see if I have a photograph of one too. This is what came up when I okay, I do have a photo, but I don't think we're going to be able to see the palps in this photo, but we can try. No, no way we're going to see the palps. It's too far away. But anyway, if you looked up close, you would see palps, which would help you distinguish it from moths. Although some moths do have distinguishable palps as well. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Frank. Yeah. Question, what do you say about the new iPhone macro capabilities? Oh, yes, yes. I did get I was wondering about doing a broadcast on this. I did get the new iPhone because I was like, okay, my iPhone 10 is cracked, and like they say that the new iPhone has great macro capabilities, so I'm gonna go get a new one so that when I go to Borneo, which is still in the works, everybody, is just super, super delayed because of COVID still. I'll definitely keep you updated when that changes. Yeah, and when I go to Borneo, like having a cracked phone will be bad because of the humidity, so it needs to be very like not cracked, basically. So I'm very careful with it and have Apple Care and everything. Anyway, I was hoping that I would be able to toss away my clip-on lenses that I have. Here's one of my clip-on lenses, for example. Not my favorite one that I have, but one of them. And I have not found that to be the case. I still find the clip-on lens to be important. That's also something, to tell the truth, that I've been like struggling with a little bit when it comes to a lot of the changes that have happened this past year, between like moving around a lot and then also Haps getting the website redo. Also, the new phone has really thrown me off because um, I need to get a macro clip that fits it decently. So it's like better, but it's not, it still doesn't fit my needs when it comes to insects and what I'm used to from using the clip-on lens with my iPhone 10s. So, and also there's a lot of post-processing that occurs with this phone that maybe I'm getting used to, or I don't really know, but because I remember experiencing that with my iPhone 10 as well. So it just happens every time. Yeah, I think they do say it's waterproof, but my other phone also, before getting cracked, was waterproof. Um, and so there is that as well, which is why. But I think I was hoping to be a little more like blown away by it. So I I was hopeful because this past year I was like, we got entomologists, and bug lovers and everyone, like we gotta write a letter to Apple and all the other Android phone developers and engineers to be like, hey, will you please work like work on developing the macro capabilities, because that will help people connect with the world around them and understand what's in their house, and not it, even like not be one, like help cultivate and unlock that access to the entomological world and the wonders in it, and then also help people be less afraid because I'll often get someone sending a photo being like, "Is this a black widow spider?" Like, we killed it just in case it was, when it was not. And then people sending me tiny little pictures of dark specks and asking what it is. And sometimes I can tell just based on like the rough features, but then other times I'm just like, is there any way you can get some more magnification here? So we can figure out what it is. And anyway, and then even just things in the backyard, like if we had more macro access right here on our phones, it just help us connect with the natural world, which is something that we really need as a society. So, um, hello, Jonathan. How are you doing? Okay. So yeah, hopefully. So yeah, so I was hoping that with the advertised macro capabilities on the iPhone 13, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to write this letter anymore, but I still feel the need for it. And but hopefully things are going in the right direction because clearly it's on their radar because it's something that they advertised. So there's just been like a learning curve, I suppose, and I'm sure it doesn't help that I like have my macro DSLR and like want it to be like that, but it's not going to be like that. um, but it still like wasn't quite what I had with my other phone, if that makes sense. So, um, so I'm still like adjusting. Okay. All right. So, this little guy didn't want to eat, and yes, he's a guy. So, you don't want to eat? Do you want some cat food? Mika, will you let us have some cat food to give to our friend here? Mika's just like chilling on the other side of the camera. Also, where are the macro clip lenses that are really pro quality? Oh, are you asking me for recommendations? I can give you a recommendation. One sec. Like recommendations for, yeah, phone clip-on macro lenses. I can give you the one that I have bought like 20 times. Partly because um partly because oh, you know what we can also do? I might start like I might just start a new broadcast like right now to talk about this because I did just order a new one to see if it was any good. So I could literally do like an unboxing video right now about this. But before I do, since we're already talking about it, let me see if I can find macro. Okay. Oh no. Sorry, the one that I bought way back when. Trying to look it up. One sec. Okay. The one that I bought rebranded themselves and really bumped up the price. It used to be like $15 and then it was $20 and now they made it my favorite macro clip lens and then now they made it $45. So it's definitely like in demand. Yeah, they're very easy to lose as David is saying. And the next time I locate one of my favorite ones cuz I actually need to misplace it. And also there have been a couple of times when like in the backyard I'm like, "Oh my gosh, there it is." Like I don't know, because they're black, and if I'm like doing this and that and gardening and whatever, like occasionally I will leave one behind. Um, Next time I find it, I have to like paint it neon pink or something like that. So I always can keep track of it or put some sort of like location device on it. But here's the one. I haven't bought it since they bumped it up to this price. Yay, here's Mika coming to turn off the bug scope. I'm joking because she did that the other week. So here is the one that I've bought like a bajillion of. I need one in each place. I just need one that like I can hang around my neck or like glue. I wish I could like glue it to my phone, on the back of my phone or something like that. Um, mm, okay. Oops. Trying to like, okay. Yeah, so this is the link. Oops. Of the one that's my favorite, but they bumped up the price like over. Oh, Mika, she is gonna cause chaos. She loves to drink water. No, she's just gonna take over the bug scope. Are you taking over the bug scope, Mika? Hi. Now we have a bunch of different species here on the screen. Mika the cat, Graciano the Madagascar hissing cockroach, and Mika, and me. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put this little roach away. Yeah, not a bug, but she wants to be on the scope. Do you, Mika? What do you want? It's always hard to know what Mika wants. She's very good at pacing back and forth. Count Mika's legs to be sure. Yes, next Halloween. For Halloween, I'll give her another set of legs so she can be an honorary bug. But she loves to look at bugs. I have the cockroach container right near where she likes to drink water. So oftentimes she'll sit there and just watch the cockroaches scuttle around as she drinks her water. Right, Mika? Can you hear her purring? That's how Mika feels about bugs. Thanks for being interviewed on the Bug Scope today, Mika. It's funny how her purring sounds kind of like phone static. Can I make the phone static happen? Not right now. All right. Anyway, so I think that's that. And maybe I'll do like the unboxing of this macro clip in a broadcast right after this one, because why not? I actually got that, and I also got a new tripod selfie stick, which I love using for entomology. The macro clips and the tripod selfie sticks are like my must-haves all the time. And one of the tripod selfie sticks that I have been using, the leg broke actually off of two of them. So I just got another in the mail. That's like a pretty intense one, but I was curious about it. So we'll see. All right. Mika, they appreciate your opinion. Thanks for participating and joining us here on the Bug Scope today. She's like, yeah, scratches anytime. Yeah. Okay. She's even right by the mic. All right. So I'm gonna head off then. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for your patience at the beginning of the broadcast with the technical difficulties and the workarounds. And I will see if I can get the screen share working again so we can use the scope and really zoom in and take a look at palps and other entomology features up close. And as always, see you guys later. And also, look out for the next week's Ento Wordle, number 4. All right, Mika's like, you can't leave. She's blocking the way. Blocking the way to the button this time. Where last time do you want to click the button, Mika? Mika's going to end the broadcast. Here we go. This is a little tricky, but she's nervous. Thanks for the heart. Well, she was actually like, no, I just want to get away. Okay, fine. Actually, no. Here. All right. 1, 2. Hi, Peter. Never mind. I'll turn it off. She's had enough. Hi, Whippoorwill Bill. I'm doing well. I'm about to sign off right now. But I actually might do another broadcast after this where I'm unboxing a macro clip lens for my phone. So, all right, cheers. Oh, if I were to do that, maybe I should do it from my phone directly. Maybe I'll try that. Okay.